This is my artistic response to the Hallelujah song. I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. There's different versions. I think the first one might have been Leonard Cohen, but I might have that wrong. I actually had a book of his poetry at some point, which I've misplaced. Anyhow, the image looks a little bit like a face in side profile, slightly scrunched up, grumpy face with a button nose. It's sort of very green, earthy colours balanced with a little bit of pink. Listening to that song used to make me cry. Now it makes the neighbours cry if I sing along. I can see like a head here at the bottom. Looks a bit like it's got an acorn cap for a hat. If a blurry face, bigger face up on the right hand side there. It looks a bit like it's got an L in the head or hat. And then like a brown dragony type face coming in on the left. A couple of creatures down there on the left hand side. One I could say possibly is a squirrel because it's brown, but the other two look just like skeletons. In fact, the one on the left, far left, doesn't even look like a creature. It looks like XO something. A bit like if you're playing noughts and crosses. But the bottom one isn't a nought or a cross. It looks a bit like there's a couple of stick figures there in brown near the bottom. The one on the right's dancing, I think that's their leg that they're putting up. And the bit in pink above that looks a bit like a head, but it also looks like it's a flamingo. I used to have a joke with a customer. You know when you end up doing something and you don't even know why? Every time they'd ring up for a price on a product, because it was air conditioning, it's so boring. One of us would say flamingo, we'd have a competition, like kind of to see who could say flamingo first. It makes no sense. Not quite sure what's going on over this part, except it looks like a extra face / nose looking up into the sky there. Possibly a set of wings about halfway down, or two people like walking along next to each other. Just another view of what I thought looks a bit like a dragon head there coming along, and possibly a figure next to that on the left. It's kind of like being blown by the backdraft of that. I was trying to think of another word than blown. So there it is. I think it's quite cute. From this view, I can also see a creature right at that top left, which reminds me of that How to Train a Dragon film. I'm sure it's black in the film, and I can't think what it's called, but this one looks green. So I assume dragons are also a reference to Newt. Thanks for listening, and please like and subscribe.